Well, hey there, folks. Chuck here, and I just a few hours ago got in from the Herbie the Love Bug 53rd anniversary event, and I was there with my brother Justin, who is a judge, and we'll be sharing a lot of footage of that in a future installment, a new segment that I'm working on. But wanted to do a quick unboxing and recap to tell you a little bit about the show and show you some of the awesome Herbie swag I picked up. But first of all, I gotta say, this new low lux lay-in lowrider machine that Hot Wheels put out. I love this thing. I mean, it's like a fantasy Impala, and I didn't realize until after I got it that the motor does a little shimmy when it rolls. And just another fantastic casting. I did a post on my Instagram about how great the fantasy castings are, but this year, it's really surprised me. But anyway, wanted to show some of the Herbie swag that I picked up. This is one that I had a chance to buy new in a Disney store, and I turned it down because it wasn't really accurate. But now that I have a 4-year-old, I got this for her as a present, and she loved it. The hosts of the event, Gail Love and his wife Charlotte and his son Steven, are the folks that kind of head this thing up, and they did a fantastic job, both apparently running the online portion and the main event, which involved quite a few stops. It was a 4-day thing, and the final stop was a cruise around the Daytona International Speedway with a whole bunch of Herbies. And my brother took some footage, and I'm going to get that from him. But it was incredible. So, but the day that I got all this stuff was at Tanger Outlets in Daytona Beach, and there was a gentleman there with a large collection of Herbie memorabilia and just various Volkswagen swag. And I picked up a bunch of stuff from him, including this Solido. It's not particularly accurate, especially since this is a Super Beetle, but I loved it because I love knockoff Herbies almost as much as I love regular Herbies. So I love when there's weird variations on the Herbie theme like this. And it reminded me of some of the other folks who, may not have the budget for a 63 VW Beetle and kind of do what they can with what they got. And that would be a good example of this. There were a few Super Beetles there, very similar to this, actually. So it feels like a good memento to that. And hopefully that'll be the end of my 1/18th scale purchasing. But you never know. This one was fun. This is a Yacht Ming. I've had this casting before, but I'd never seen it done up like this, and I thought maybe it was a custom, and it's possible it is, but the stripes are really, they look machine done. Just the consistency, they don't look like painted lines, they don't look like a sticker. This looks like it was done professionally, and the fact that there's a white circle, it's kind of hard to see here, but there is a white circle around that 53, makes me think this was done professionally, and I've never seen this particular knockoff Herbie before, so that was a very cool find. Don't worry, they're not all Herbies. He had a few other things. Green lights. I love this 78 Westphalia. There were a couple of these at the show. It's really cool to see a whole bunch of different VWs, and there were a few other non-VW cars there, but I definitely stood out with my bright blue Plymouth Valiant. So this is a Maisto SVL Mustang that I got at a really cool toy shop that you'll probably be seeing some footage of while I'm talking. It was called Awesome Toys, I believe was the name. And Tanger Outlets is next to a Hobby Lobby, and that's where I got this. This is the 79 Gia. I unboxed a lot of these in the hotel room because I bought so much stuff that with all the different bags and all the different packaging, it was hard to find room in the Valiant for our luggage and stuff. So I unboxed them rapidly in the hotel room, but I want to make sure I get that name correct here, so bear with me for a minute. Yeah, it was just called Awesome Toys Daytona Beach, and they have a Jacksonville location as well. And the folks there were really super nice, and They have a great diecast selection, and this was another one I got there, Maisto 300. They had a lot of cars in bins for $1 each, so I picked up some really cool donor castings. Oh, this was a nice find. This is a Chevy Chevette that they had. This is the no-namer. It's kind of a yacht Ming, but these ones are getting kind of hard to find. This is missing both its A-pillars, but that's an easy patch job. A PT Cruiser for David. Whenever I see a diecast PT Cruiser, I think of my co-host David. This was a really cool find that they had. This is a TV bus from Tamika, and it is considerably smaller than 1/87 scale. It's 1/122nd scale. But having worked in TV production and live news, I am a sucker for a TV truck. So those are a little sub collection within my collection. And it's almost in scale at 1/122nd. Speaking of other things related to me, because I'm a narcissist like most of us who feel like they have something to say on YouTube, and I love seeing my name on things. But Chuck E. Cheese, little Suzuki Rodeo kind of thing. Oop, that still has the price tag on it. They were having a sale at the time at Awesome Toys, which is where I got this one. This one is Tamika. It is a T-type Ford, and this one is a good symbolic car because there was a contingent of Model Ts at the track while we were there, also doing laps. This is a really cool Johnny Lightning Corvair with the engine and the spare tire in the back. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's very cool. Don't normally do the fantasy or wild customs, but the Hot Wheels stage fright, and it was mostly intact. And I have another one that's kind of broken, but has better wheels, so I think I can combine the two and make a good one. But for $1, I picked it up. Another one, Maisto Cadillac STS. No-namer Mr. 2, first gen from Toyota. This is a Jeep Wagoneer from Johnny Lightning. Great casting, great steel wheels. Not opening. Oh, nope. Hood does open. Just stuck. Very nice, loose example of AMC era Jeep. Dodge Durango from Maisto. Just another cool car of the people type thing. Not a bad casting. Could, with a little work, really pop. So, let's see. This was interesting because it's an Ertl that I hadn't seen before. 32 Ford Coupe from Ertl. And has opening doors. I have the... who is it? Play Art, I think, is the one that has the pop-up rumble seat. But this one, the rumble seat does not pop up, but the door is open. So, nice stock casting. It's a no-namer, but it's a Lexus LS400, clearly. Found a cool Supra from Maisto. It's like the opposite of the Auto World Supra. It's got like just exhaust on the bottom instead of the fully detailed undercarriage, but nicely proportioned casting. This is a majorette Jaguar Xj6. These also make me think of David when I see him, or when I see them. It's a 1/65th scale, so pretty close to 1/64, and lensed headlamps, and those aren't exactly lensed, but they are separate taillights, so that's something. Another Xj6 that I had not seen before with opening doors. I thought that was cool. Obviously the doors are missing, but that would be a great junkyard car. And this was in the dollar section, which is pretty awesome. It's the Fast and Furious Impala, 61 Impala, with rail riders, metal. Another PT Cruiser. Just a generic Chevy truck. Not generic, but Chevy Silverado from Maisto. Good background vehicle. This is one of my favorite French cars, the Citroen CX from Majorette. Nice casting, lensed on the back, metal on the front. And does it say the scale on this one? 1/60th. So, close enough. So one of the cool things that happened at the event is I got to meet Joaquin Garay III. He is the actor who played Paco in Herbie Goes Bananas. And I got to talk to him for a little bit. Really nice dude. He's a gearhead. Hoping maybe he'll come on the show and talk about his Mazda RX-7 and some of his diecast collecting. But, it was really cool to meet someone who, as a kid, I wanted to be friends with Paco and get him to, check out my car. I actually found him taking pictures of my car, and he was talking about getting into Mopars. And by the time he was done talking, I asked him to sign my visor because I was like, oh, "That's so cool that you're also a car guy," and just to hang with you a little bit. It's just a really cool recapturing a childhood. Speaking of recapturing childhood, this is a ceramic that I would normally, not buy, but I had one very similar to this as a kid. It was not dented and banged up, so I thought this was kind of a fun merging of old and new. And I think normally these wouldn't be dented and banged up. Somebody before this was fired, and they put their name on the bottom here. I think it says to George from Nina. So Nina painted this and added the dents and the bullet holes and then fired it to solidify it. But I had a green one and my brother had a brown one. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. Anyway, this is another Beetle that I found at the event. There were a few folks selling diecasts, weird, no-name, generic, but I don't know. It was one that I didn't have, and I was intrigued by it. We did some hunting as well around there. This was still at the swap meet, though. There wasn't really much of a swap meet. It was like 4 booths. But the one was awesome. Had a ton of diecast. So M2, diaper service, T1 or T2, 1960 delivery van. And I love the graphics on these. This was a series that they had a while back that I missed out on. Another one with a cow. But we also checked out the local Target and the local Walmart, and there was a lot of decent stuff there. Found this John Wick taxi from Greenlight. It's just a fantastic casting. Probably the best checker in 164 that's ever been made is the Greenlight one. And just a beautiful casting. I'm sure there's probably... David is furiously typing, "Oh, actually, Shuko did a..." Okay, well, it's the best one I've seen. This is a $1 find at the swap meet. Just a nice classic 62 VW, and I'm going to be doing a few more Herbies in the future, so it's good to have this one. This is one of the best castings for doing Herbie. Until recently. But more on that in a second. Another Durango. Found this one on the pegs. It's a Ridgeline. I like the Ridgeline. This was in a grab bag that had one car in it that I wanted, and the price was worth it. So grabbed that. Copo Corvette, that was on the pegs, as was this one, the 84 Corvette. I just think it's a great casting. I'm glad that the C4 Vet is back in the Hot Wheels lineup in a regular car form. And this is a Ford Escape. That one has that one's for a different project. That might be a video later. And I found the Mr. 2 with the headlights up. I tried to buy them. This one I found a woman that was selling out of basically the trunk of her car at the Herbie show. This one is really fun. It's a play art. It's a kind of a unusual one to come across. And it looks like it might have been touched up by somebody. I'm not sure. But I think somebody at least painted the chassis black, because I don't think they did that at the factory. But I thought it was interesting because it's, it is glassless, but it's a well-proportioned casting. Has holes for the headlights. It's an oval window. So this would be like a 1950s era. Yeah, I think this was definitely a custom, because this looks like that was masked. And not mass-produced masked. But great casting with the open top. Did somebody drill it? Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this thing's been drilled. So that's fun. It was a custom. Johnny Lightning, IROC. I believe it's an IROC. Anyway, got this one because of the casting that comes with it, the little Monopoly piece, which my daughter currently has, so I have no idea where it ended up. This was from one of the Flying Colors series, and it was loose, and it was $1, and it's a great casting. These in the hotel and wrapping them up in, we grabbed the tissue box and we're just like wrapping them up and just trying to make them all fit. Oh yeah, this was a good find. The Drive police car, the LAPD Crown Vic, early 90s version. I liked this version a little better than the last version of the Crown Vic, and it's rare that you see it represented well, and Greenlight did a great job on this one. Oh yeah, this was at the trade show. Really nice square back Hot Wheels Real Riders metal. Very cool car. And the Target also had the Chevelle Malibu from the movie Drive. So I picked up another one for custom purposes. Great casting. Again, my brother had the 4-door Laguna, a 73. This was a Lucy, Johnny Lightning. Nice VW bus. I'm going to have to do like a VW bus party where I just do like 10 buses at once. This was the Christmas Johnny Lightning Classic Beetle. It was like $2. So, and it has Real Riders with raised white letters, so it's worth it just for that. And actually, believe it or not, when I sat down here, my workspace was clear. That's how close I am to actually getting back to building. All right, this one's a little bit obscure if you're not a Disney collector. The Vinyl Nation series it's kind of like Disney's Funko Pops. So they're these cast vinyl figures, or molded vinyl figures. They're pretty heavy. They're weighty, as Mark would say. But they had a bunch of different versions you could get, and you had to buy them blind. Like you couldn't, like they were in a concealed wrapper. So I was not really interested in trying to buy a ton of different Mickeys to buy a Herbie one. So he had a loose one for a good price, and I was like, yes, I will get that, because as a kid, I was heartbroken that there were so few Herbie stuff available. So I've got this weird thing where if I see a Herbie related thing, it's a little message back to past Chuck and be like, it's all right, we'll get it someday. Speaking of weird things, this resin Herbie, I didn't realize until after I bought it, is a pepper grinder, which I thought was kind of cool. It's got weird, I'm like not exactly sure how it works, but so I guess you put, that doesn't even make sense. What would you put up in there? And then stuff comes through. I don't know. It's interesting. I got a few of these. These are ones that I've been looking to buy on eBay, but the price was not there. And I thought the price was reasonable for this. It's 172 scale, which is a weird one to get. But I like the little camper. I like that it has a 53 on it too. And while it is a knockoff, it is fun. They also had these Shuko 187 scales with the 53 on them, which I thought was very fun. It's interesting that it calls this the Kubel wagon. I had never heard it called the Kubel wagon. It's a thing, but maybe that's what they call them in Germany. I know it was based off the Kubel wagon. But that has a little bit more negative connotation. So if they did call it that in Germany, I can see why they would not call it that in America. And that is the end of box 1. Box 2, Roll-O-Matic from Matchbox. I got this for Tracy. She enjoys it. It's got a little dude that pops around. This one I also got for Tracy. Hot Wheels. It's a metal, but she loves purple. And yeah, this is kind of maroon, but you know, she still thinks it's purple, and she liked it, and she likes the sparklies. This is another, this is Hongwell Toys. Just another kind of knockoff Herbie. I was just kind of entertained by it. Speaking of knockoffs, I got this, let's call it original, from Magnus Walker. It's branded Urban Outlaw Magnus Walker, but it definitely has a Herbie influence. So this is the car that I bought that $4 goodie bag with the weird Tonka truck in it for. It's the Matchbox Lincoln Mark V, I believe. Yep, Mark V, Lincoln Continental Mark V. Just love these big old land yachts, and always nice to have more of them in the fleet, ready for customizing. Also found the Rocky 79 Trans Am for the Hollywood suite. And of course, it came with a C10 that's in here somewhere. Let's see. I think this is... Yeah, this is the Shuko 187th scale Herbie. That's not quite Herbie, but it's very close. Yep, Shuko. Nice little casting. Not as good as the Oxford one, but still pretty good. And this was another diecast that they had, another Shuko, another 53 based bus with a bus truck with a removable back that also has 53 on it. Actually, I had to make myself leave some 53 stuff for the other people, but yeah. This is the premium version of the Matchbox 62 Beetle. Again, them teasing us with the Goodyear Eagles, which Herbie had in Monte Carlo and Goes Bananas. But very cool casting, perfect wheels for a Herbie build because it's already set up for it. And I've got this one in white, and I'm not going to do anything with it because it's white with a gray top, and it looks just like, Herbie would have stock, although he does have the wheels that he would have had after the race conversion. So anyway, yeah, this was cool. It was new on card, so I got it and a 67 microbus that's in here somewhere, and they had these cool interlocking bases. This is the Johnny Lightning VW from the Octopussy movie from James Bond. I guess there was a VW Beetle in it at some point. I don't remember. It's been years since I last saw that. I got this at an antique mall in Daytona Beach. I believe it was called Our Junk or something like that. I just thought it was interesting. And the C10 that comes with the Rocky Firebird. I think it's really cool that they gave it the Trans Am style stripes. Matchbox Carmen Gia. Got this for Tracy because it's purple and she loves purple. And I love her. Weird no-name Super Beetle. I got a few of these because I actually really like this casting. And I think it'd be a great custom. This is a Maisto. I think this is the Maisto version. It's also been branded Tonka, but I got this because it's a brick nose Ford F-150, and there's not too many brick nose castings out there. Got this as well for the this is the Johnny Lightning. Got it for the in-scale Monopoly piece that, again, my daughter ran off with because she loves tiny metal things. This was a fun find. This is a Whiz Wheels VW Beetle, and it looks very similar to the Z or the Yachtming. Actually, where is that? Yachtming. What did I do with it? There he is. So, yeah, pretty similar. Although, yeah, it's not the same, but it's similar. This one's got the trim there. The mold marks are different, but similar style. Both have of all things, lensed headlights. This was an exciting find for me. I'm very excited about this coming out. Makes me think of Matt Farah's Million Mile Lexus. And I had a friend, well, I still have a friend, but she no longer owns one of these. And I thought it was so wild that another car my friends have has been made into a diecast. Picked this one up. I've already got a few of the Capris, but I just like this casting and I love the color. Very 70s pea soup color. Got the 60 Elko and the what are these called? Colin's screaming at the video right now. C900, I believe. Yep, C900 65. My friend Colin is a big fan of those cars or the trucks. I thought this was interesting because it's a Frontera Sport. It's branded Opel, but I always thought these were, well, it must be a rebrand of the Suzuki. And I thought it was a cool casting, so I picked it up. Another knockoff Lexus. There's that Matchbox. It's a great casting. It's got the cloth top opened. It's actually got a detailed steering wheel. You can see in there. And again, you got the Goodyear Eagles with the VW tires. So, like the 55 or the 57, not a lot of people have done. I can't think of anyone else who's done the 56. So let me know in the comments if you know someone else who's done the 56. But I thought that was cool. This is the 64 Impala from Racing Champions. Great lowrider potential here. Nicely detailed engine bay in there. And you got the nice tires with the stock hubcaps, the nice white wall, thin white walls. Very nice casting all around. I think this is a relatively new casting for them. Or if it isn't, they haven't had it out in a while. But that's a nice find. Dodge Magnum, which I did not know that Matchbox had done a Dodge Magnum. And I have a friend with an SRT8 Dodge Magnum. So got that because it made me think of him. VW Brasilia. I bought this one to round up on a deal that I was getting from one of the swamp meat people who had a few of these Hot Wheels 181s. I really like them because they got that nicely detailed open engine bay. This is another one that he had for like $2 that I couldn't say no to a Johnny Lightning for $2, especially one that has the full window treatment with actual cutouts with lenses in there. Although it is the hard wheels, but you know, you get this, and bam, magic. Another Yachtming VW. It's just a nice find, although this one is clearly broken. But I can take that one and make it look a little bit more like this one. Whoop. And it's interesting because this one is the metal base and this one has the plastic base. But other than that, I don't know, they aren't the same casting now that I look at it. Because this one's got the embossed, I don't know, that does have an embossed. It's just really hard to see. And, you know, now that I'm looking at it, there's some screws in there, which makes me think this is probably a custom. So that's interesting. Well, it's still a cool take on Herbie. So I will take it. This is just a fun one from Tamika. It's a new one. It was on the shelf at Walmart. I like it. I like the pop-up sign. Makes me think of my buddy Christian and his old street food show. You can watch his show. Christian Has Ideas now. It's really entertaining. He's got great stories and music and life experiences there. Another one of the Super Beetles. This was a nice find at the vintage toy shop. It's not really that vintage, but it is a metal car that was on the Stars and Stripes series, which is a rare thing. And it's the 71 Satellite that Brendan Viteski designed. And you can see his interview on Diecast Breakdown. We talk about this a little bit when it was designed as like the Brady Bunch car. And tampos on it are fine. It's an interesting idea. It actually reminds me of like a demo derby style build. Like this seems like something that would be on a demo derby car. But this is a great custom donor. This is the new VW Golf Mark 1 from Matchbox. Really great casting, very well detailed. They even got the sunk in rear window part, very well done, very nicely done overall. Just another encouraging sign of where the diecast world is going. All right, almost done here. I got this one for the notchback Mustang. I actually don't have this hauler either. This is Maisto. This is new. I just unboxed it for packing purposes. The wheels are a little goofy because no one would have tires that low profile on these, but I also just love the theme. Love the aircraft stylings on it. Very clever. Got 3 more that are very fun. I recently picked up a 75 Chevy police car, an Impala police car. I thought that was really weird, and then I thought it was even weirder that underneath it said Spelling Goldberg on the bottom. And so I looked it up, and it was from a TV show that I'd never heard of called The Rookies, and it was Tori Spelling's father, Aaron Spelling, and I forget Mr. Goldberg's first name, but that was their first TV show together before they would do all the big hits that they were known for. But another one of the hits that they were known for that I didn't realize, SWAT was a spinoff of this show, The Rookies. And so this one is also branded as Spelling Goldberg Productions, and it's copyright 1975. I thought that was very cool. So interesting casting from, I think it's called LJN Toys. And I got this really cool Tamika Honda TN 360 made in Japan, 1/54th scale, because these cars would be tiny otherwise. This truck would be tiny otherwise, but it's got an opening thing. It's got the cool old Pepsi logo. Very cool looking front end. Lots of opportunities to detail. You got a little spare tire down there. Just a very fun casting, and I have seen it for big bucks on eBay, and this was not big bucks. So, very good price. And finally, another Tamika. This is the Isuzu, what is it? Elf? High roof. So, interesting car. Kind of an RV looking thing. Very industrial doors on the back. Sliding doors on the side. So, not sure if it's a delivery vehicle or a RV or what. But, very fun casting. It is 1/81 scale. But again, don't mind too much. I think it'll be a fun project. Holy cow. I almost ended the video without... Holy cow. I almost ended the video without the big thing. I have been looking for these for so long, and I know they are super hard to find, and they're on eBay for big bucks, and I couldn't bring myself to buy them. And I was like, please, please, Beetle casting and the right font, and everything is right on it, except for the, monster truck body. But very cool find. And as I was paying for it, someone else came up and asked if they had this, and they were like, well, he's buying our only one that we have. And she tried to buy it out from under me, and then they were like, well, he's already paying for it. And then she was like, sell it to me. And I was like, I would love to help you out. And she's like, I've been looking for these for months. And I was like, look, I've been looking for these since it was circulating online, and they thought that this was a fake because nobody believed they would actually do this. But I really can't do that. I've interviewed the guy that designed this. This is a very important thing for me. I am so sorry. And she was not happy about that. But if I find another one, I will look her up and send it to her. But I was like, I have to have this. And I'm going to open it, but I am going to use acetone or nail polish remover to loosen up the thing, so hopefully I can save the back card, because I do want to display this out and about. But and I might actually do a little customizing on this, but we'll see. Right now I'm just going to enjoy the moment and realize that I found this for a price that I won't say on here, but it was a lot less than what you find it on eBay. They knew it was kind of special, but they, didn't really factor in how special it was. So, but that's okay because I gave them a ton of money on all these other cars. So don't feel too bad about what I paid for this. But anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. And as always, I want to thank you for coming along with me for the ride. So until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags.